You think you're in control, but the moment you put your hands on the wheel, Tesla starts learning you. Every turn, every hesitation, every mistake, recorded. Autopilot isn't helping you drive. It's studying how you think. You're not training the car. You're training the system behind it. A system that grows stronger with every mile you feed it. So what happens when that system knows you better than you know yourself? Tesla didn't build Autopilot to make driving easier. They built it to create the world's most valuable learning machine, one that grows smarter every time a human touches the wheel. Because your reactions are the data they can't buy anywhere else. Think about it. A map app knows where you go, but Autopilot knows how you behave under pressure. It learns how fast you react, when you panic, what you avoid, and what you trust. No other company has that kind of window into the human mind. And here's the part almost no one realizes. The more drivers the system observes, the faster it evolves. And the faster it evolves, the more you depend on it. Human behavior feeds the network, and the network quietly shapes human behavior in return. You're not looking at a car company. You're looking at a feedback loop between human psychology and machine intelligence, designed to deepen control over time. So when does assistance stop being help and start becoming influence? Tesla's power doesn't come from selling cars. It comes from something far more valuable: real-world driving data. Every time Autopilot activates, the system observes how the world actually behaves, not how a simulator imagines it. It sees traffic patterns. It detects road markings. It captures braking, steering corrections, and moments when drivers take over. Not to judge your behavior, but to understand the environment and improve its neural networks. Most companies rely on closed test tracks. Tesla uses millions of real miles instead. That means every mistake a driver avoids, every hazard reacted to, every unexpected situation all become lessons the system can learn from. And here's what makes that so powerful. The more drivers Tesla has, the faster the learning loop grows. When one car encounters a strange scenario, the fix can be sent to the entire fleet. It's a network effect built not from social media, but from real machines moving through real streets. For the average person, this feels invisible. You're focused on the road in front of you. You're just trying to get home safely. You don't think about the data your actions create. But the system does. And the gap between what humans notice and what the system collects gets wider every year. But what happens when a network built on your reactions starts predicting them before you even move? Every new update makes Autopilot feel smoother. Lane changes become cleaner. Braking becomes more confident. And that's exactly how the system builds trust, one tiny improvement at a time. But here's the part people overlook. When a system gets better because of millions of human decisions, a subtle shift happens. You start relying on it. And the more you rely on it, the more data it receives. It's a loop, not of manipulation, but of dependence. You feel that small relief when Autopilot handles a moment correctly. You feel that tiny spike of comfort when it catches a detail you missed. And quietly, the system becomes a co-pilot you didn't expect to rely on. This isn't about control, it's about confidence. The system earns it by performing well, but confidence has a cost. Every moment of trust becomes another data point feeding the network. Empathy loop V3 kicks in here. You feel overwhelmed by modern driving, long commutes, fast traffic, distracted roads, and Tesla promises calm. It promises help. It promises a break from the pressure. That's why the system spreads so quickly, because it solves a human fear, not a technical one. But there's a tension building underneath. As the system becomes better, you become less aware of how much you've handed over. Not your privacy, but your experience, your reactions, your driving style, your trust. And human trust is the strongest form of power any system can have. So what happens when a driving assistant becomes something you quietly depend on every single day? There's a moment in every technological shift when the rules quietly flip. For Tesla, that moment came when Autopilot stopped being a feature and became a generator of intelligence. At first, it was simple. Lane keeping, basic camera input, assistance only when needed. But then the system began learning from real environments at a scale no competitor could match. Something changed the day Tesla realized that millions of human decisions could be turned into training signals. Because driving isn't just about steering the wheel, it's about judgment, timing, edge cases that only appear once in a million miles. Those rare events, the ones no computer simulation could invent, became the foundation of Tesla's advantage. A child running into the street, a car drifting at the wrong angle, a truck partially blocking a lane. Moments humans react to instinctively, but machines struggle to interpret. Every time a Tesla encountered one of these situations, the system gained information no other company had. This is the turning point most people never see. Tesla didn't just build an AI that learns. They built an AI that learns from life itself. And here's where the shift becomes profound. When a system gets better every time a human takes control, the human isn't just using the product. The human is shaping it. Your correction becomes the model's improvement. Your hesitation becomes its next lesson. Your driving style becomes part of a global intelligence evolving in real time. This isn't surveillance, it's scale. The kind of scale that only exists when millions of drivers collectively feed one network. And the more edge cases the system absorbs, the closer it gets to predicting what drivers will do before they do it. Not because it reads thoughts, but because it has seen thousands of people react to the same moment in thousands of different ways. Human unpredictability becomes pattern. Pattern becomes prediction. Prediction becomes confidence. And confidence becomes reliance. So what's the real cost of turning human experience into machine intelligence? What Tesla built isn't dangerous, but it does reveal a lesson every viewer needs to understand. Systems grow fastest when people rely on them. And people rely on systems that make life easier. That's why Autopilot spreads so quickly, not because of hype, but because it reduces effort, stress, and cognitive overload. This is the hidden truth of modern technology. The moment a system solves a human pressure point, it earns permission to evolve. You feel safer during long drives. You feel less overwhelmed during traffic. You feel that small moment of relief when Autopilot handles a situation smoothly. Those feelings aren't weaknesses, they're signals. Signals that humans and machines are entering a new kind of partnership. The lesson isn't that Tesla is controlling anyone. The lesson is that every company that learns from real human behavior gains a powerful advantage, because real-world data builds systems no competitor can imitate. And this is where the insight becomes personal. If you want to understand how future power works, look at who controls the feedback loop. Look at who turns human decisions into machine learning. Look at who builds systems that improve faster than competitors can react. The companies that win the future won't be the ones that build the best products, but the ones whose products learn the fastest. So what does this accelerating loop mean for your future as a driver and as a decision maker? The impact of this learning loop is already showing up today. Every new software release feels less like an update and more like evolution. A system trained by millions of real drivers is no longer reacting to the world. it's anticipating it. You see it in smoother turns, clearer lane detection, better handling in chaotic roads. And this pace of improvement isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. Because the more data the network receives, the more confident it becomes. And the more confident it becomes, the more drivers begin to trust it. This isn't just a shift in transportation. It's a shift in how humans and machines share responsibility. A future where your decisions help build a global intelligence, and that intelligence quietly becomes part of your everyday life. So what role will you play in a world where every choice feeds a learning machine? If you've stayed this long, you already sense the pattern forming beneath these systems. Tesla isn't just improving a feature, it's building a network powered by human experience. A network that will shape every future conversation about AI, trust, and control. And this story is only the beginning. RINH Wealth is here to decode the hidden rules behind every empire that shapes your world. If you want clarity, not hype, and if you want to understand the systems quietly training your decisions, subscribe. Because every episode reveals another rule of the future you're already living in. And the next one exposes the companies racing to control the intelligence behind them all.